Good morning, I'm Mrs. Hart and I'm the Digital Development Lead at Handsworth Wood Girls Academy, which means that I look after the digital resources that the students and staff have access to at school. Today we're here to discuss how you can help us and we can help you with managing the access the girls have to their devices at home. We're also going to cover some of the basics around looking after the device right at the end. So at Handsworth Wood Girls Academy, we provide one-to-one devices for all of our students, which means that they each get their own. These devices are iPads for our Key Stage 3 girls, 7 through 9, and Chromebooks for your Key Stage 4 onwards, which is years 10 to 13. The reason that we switched from iPads to Chromebooks in year 10 is to allow the girls to get ready for using devices at university and in the workplace. And this is because generally in either one of those settings you'll be given a laptop, a Chromebook, a MacBook, rather than being given an iPad. So getting used to having that keyboard in front of you and interacting in the way that you would do on a laptop, Chromebook or MacBook is very important at this point. We give the students access to user guides to both their devices and all of the applications that they would use, and they are available to them on the Teams classrooms and in the Student Zone, which is the school's intranet site. If you want to have a look at any of those, please ask your girls just to take you there on their device and you can have a good look through that. Now, students will be set certain homework assignments using their devices throughout the week in line with the home study timetables, which are available for you to have a look at on the school website. Now, as parents, we recognise the importance of technology in our children's lives. iPads, Chromebooks, laptops, MacBooks, games consoles, TVs and mobile phones mean that technology is always at our fingertips, and with the educational apps and entertainment options available on those, they've become a common tool for learning and leisure together. However, responsible management is crucial to ensure a positive experience for both you as parents and for your children. And in this presentation, we're going to explore practical strategies for managing those iPads at home. Healthy boundaries. Absolute core fundamental aspect of using devices, whether they're from the school or you've provided them to your children. Now, your parental authority is the major part of this, so you're going to set clear boundaries and you're going to formulate those family home use plans, and it's going to outline the expectations and the consequences of appropriate device usage. When you're doing that, you're going to make sure that those boundaries are consistent, because consistent boundaries create a sense of safety and security for your child. As they grow, you can involve them in the discussions about the boundaries and the privileges. And this one I particularly like, it's the Silicon Valley rules. So we aren't alone in parents struggling with kids who want to be on their iPad all day. Even the tech giants like Steve Jobs had to enforce strict rules around iPad use. So you're not alone in setting those limits. None of us are. What we suggest when you're getting used to those devices and how they work and what your daughter will be using them for at school is use it with them. Engage with your child, have a look at those apps, explore the internet and applications together, answer their questions and play any games collaboratively. It doesn't only strengthen your bond, but it enhances their research skills to see how you're doing it. Moderate screen time. Now, screen time is one of those buzzwords you see from the very minute you bring that baby home. You've got to monitor and restrict screen time, otherwise terrible things are going to happen to your child. Now, honestly, we do suggest that you limit it, and we're going to give you some guidelines around limiting it. This is for leisure time. Realistically, when we're setting homework tasks, we're building that in. We know that the girls are going to be using their devices because we're setting them an hour's worth of homework on a device over 2 or 3 subjects. This is when we're looking at the girls sitting in front of a screen watching TikTok, watching YouTube, playing one of those mindless games that they all love so very much. So what we're going to say here is that we understand that devices don't provide the full range of healthy and sensory experiences that a child needs to thrive. So first and foremost, we have to encourage them to take lots of physical, creative and sensory activities through the day to balance out that time that they're going to spend on the screen. Now here I've given you some limits for what they suggest for the younger children. So under 5, Healthiest when limited and in connection with a parent. Under 2, they don't recommend it at all. School-aged children, we're looking at negotiation between you and your child according to their age and maturity. So if you feel your child is not ready for more than half an hour, don't give them more than half an hour. If you feel that they can only cope with 10 minutes at a time, that's your choice for you to do. Now, many professionals recommend that it's no more than 30 minutes on a school day for leisure use and 30 minutes to an hour on the weekend. And as I said in the previous slide, many Silicon Valley giants, including Steve Jobs, set these strict rules around device use. So you aren't alone in setting these boundaries, and you are not the odd one out for saying that this has to be the case. Every single parent out there is setting these boundaries and enforcing them. Bedrooms being a screen-free zone, this is about the quality of sleep and rest that your child's going to get. If that device is in the bedroom with them, then they're going to be tempted to use it into all hours of the night. Also, screens kick out blue light, and blue light messes around with your ability to settle into sleep. So we're saying keep those bedrooms screen-free if you can. This promotes better sleep and reduces the exposure to blue light. And we can do this by creating a charging station outside of the bedroom, maybe in the kitchen, the dining room, somewhere where you've got that plug and you know that the device is safe. Put the iPads and the devices, the Chromebooks, into that room and charge them there, and it just prevents that temptation to use late on a night. Now, teaching digital etiquette, we provide a lot of resources at the school to help you with this. So if you do feel like you're struggling at any point, just get in touch. The first thing we're going to look at is online behaviour. So discussing appropriate online behaviour with your daughter. Cyberbullying and privacy are big aspects of this. So it's very, very easy to get into a difficult position online and feel that you are being bullied or that you are being the bully. Talking to your daughter and making that an open conversation will maybe help out and make sure that they don't fall into either one of those tracks. Teach them to be respectful and responsible digital citizens. In the same way as you teach them please and thank yous and excuse me's, we teach them how to be respectful and polite online. Parental controls. You have parental controls. If you don't know how to use them, that's fine. We can help you out with those. We can generally point you in the right direction to get some guides and send you where you need to be to get the information to do this. But everybody's modem has a way of limiting things, whether that is to put a filter on content, to set time limits, or to monitor the usage that your daughters are having with their devices. If you need any help with that, please do get in touch and we will point you in the right direction. Now, school devices are preset with really strict controls and net monitors to make sure that your daughter isn't accessing anything they shouldn't be on that device. So if they go onto the browser and they type in something that is concerning, it is flagged directly to our safeguarding team and they can handle that and deal with that. We also monitor when they're using the devices and we get regular reports as to who's logging in at what time and what they're doing there. So if we get a recurrence of girls who are logging in very, very late or very, very early, it will be flagged to the teachers and they can then speak to you about that. And that's all I'm going to go through about the digital and online usage of those devices. We're going to do a tiny bit about maintenance now. So the devices that we give to the girls are given out with cables and plugs as needed. So we do ask that the girls come into school with those devices charged up and ready to go so they can be used from the very first classroom all the way throughout. They can charge during the day if they absolutely need to. There are plugs around the school, but we do not have any classrooms that have got 30 plugs in for the girls to all plug every single device they have in and charge them as they go. We also ask that they are respectful and they look after the device as though it was their own. So no throwing them around, no using them to rest cups on, no standing on them. If your daughter's device needs something to protect it, it will have been provided to them on the day we give them. So iPads, for example, come with screen protectors and cases, and the Chromebooks come in a padded case as well. So we do ask that the girls use those; they don't remove them, and we would ask that they that they are very careful and considerate of those devices. If something does happen with the device, we would ask that they report it to us at IT straight away, because it means that we can fix it if it's possible, and we can get things sorted out so they aren't without a device for a long time. But that's about it. That's how we would go about managing those devices at home and at school. If you do have any questions for us, please do get in touch. You can email the school directly and we will get back to you with an answer. If you have any difficulties or struggles on any of the aspects we've discussed today, again, get in touch with the school and we can get back to you. Thank you very much.